Hey guys, it's Jade, and currently I am out of the country. I am in Europe for a few months, and if you guys have no clue what I'm talking about, I'm going to leave a link down below in the description box to fill you in on this whole big trip I'm taking, so go watch that video so you guys know what I'm up to right now. But because I am going to be gone for a few months, I am pre-filming a bunch of videos, which is the video you are watching right now. I'm doing a bunch of like tags and like kind of more fun and quick videos because they're easy to edit and really easy and fun to film. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing another jar game, this time of reread, rewrite, or burn. So the way this game works is I have a jar right here with names, titles of different books, and so I'm going to pull 3 out at a time, and out of those 3 I have to decide which book I want to burn, which book I want to reread, and which book I would want to rewrite out of those. And while I mainly did books I love, so it will be like kind of harder decisions to make, I did do a few books that I was like meh about, so we'll see how those come up, and I'm going to be doing 7 rounds of this game. Alright, so let's get round 1 going, but before that we gotta open this jar up. Boom. Oh, didn't it give like the satisfying pop, you know it does sometimes? And we gotta shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. Oh, that's Shake It Off. I don't know the theme song for Shake It Up. I watched that show like twice. It was kind of like right as I was like stopping watching Disney Channel. But shake, 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 shake. And let's pull 3 out of this jar. And I'm not looking because I didn't fold them as well this time. So I might be able to read them if I was doing that. And 3. Okay, 3. Room by Emma Donoghue. Just One Day by Gail Forman. And The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Well, I put The Great Gatsby in because I knew this would be a controversial one if it came out, but this book is getting burned because I read this in high school and I wasn't really a fan of it. I thought it was really overrated, really overhyped, and I just like didn't really get the love for this book. I feel like maybe I should reread it now since I'm out of high school on my own terms. Great Gatsby, we're getting burned. And now down to my 2 books I love. This is gonna be hard. While I love Room as a book, it's kind of a hard book to get through, so I don't know if I'd really be wanting to reread it a bunch of times. So I think I'm gonna rewrite Room, you know, just kind of, it's great the way it is, but just like maybe like put in some pauses and periods and maybe add a sentence or 2, like not really change the book, but just like give it a little skimming, another like edit basically. And so that means I'm gonna reread Just One Day. Round 2. The Fault in Our Stars, Cinder by Marissa Meyer, and Delirium by Lauren Oliver. It's really funny because so far I did only put like a few meh books, but they've all just one of them have come up in the rounds of the books I love. So yeah, an easy choice. I wasn't crazy about Delirium. I really liked it at the time, but looking back on it, I'm like, it wasn't the greatest book. And then I didn't really care for the sequels. So yeah, Delirium, you're getting burned. And then The Fault in Our Stars and Cinder. This is a really hard choice. I think I'm going to rewrite The Fault in Our Stars because there are like metaphors and just like some sentences that are a little weird. Someone of that age really wouldn't say something like that. So I feel like there could be a little bit editing. So I'm going to rewrite The Fault in Our Stars and reread Cinder by Marissa Meyer. Round 3. The Duff by Cody Keplinger. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. And The Wrath of the Dawn by Renee Otahi. Oh, all these books are so good, but there are 2 that are my absolute favorites and one that I did really like, but it didn't get a 5-star out of me, and that's The Wrath of the Dawn. It got like 4.5. But since the other 2 are 5 stars, I'm gonna have to burn The Wrath of the Dawn. I'm sorry, I do love you, but just love these other ones a lot more. You know, I reread The Duff all the time. I absolutely love rereading that book. I've reread that book probably like 6-7 times. So I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna reread The Duff because I know I'm going to in the future. I love rereading that book, and even though like I'm sure at some point I'll want to reread A Court of Thorns and Roses, but it's like a fantasy, so it's like a little bit more work rereading a fantasy novel, and that's one of my all-time favorite series. but The Duff is one I reread all the time, so I'm gonna have to go with that. And then I feel like Court of Thorns and Roses was a little bit long. There were some like little exposition-y things that felt like kind of took a while to get to a few plot points. So I feel like you could like trim that book down just a little bit. Like, it's perfect. I love it. But like, I don't think it would have any harm by taking out a little bit of the book. So rewrite A Court of Thorns and Roses. But I love you, Sarah. I love you and your book's perfect, but it's a decision I had to make. Round 4. City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. Shadow Kiss by Rochelle Mead. And Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. So kind of down to the same thing. I can't remember if I gave Red Queen 4 or 5 stars or not, but definitely out of these 3, it is my least favorite. So Red Queen, you're getting burned. Sorry to do that to you. So this is actually a pretty easy because Shadow Kiss is my favorite out of all of the Vampire Academy books. I think that book is absolutely perfect. It's wonderful. It's heartbreaking. It's a book I wanted to throw against the wall when I finished reading it. But Shadow Kissed reread, for sure that book is perfect in my eyes. So that means I'm going to rewrite City of Bones. And while I love City of Bones, it's probably my second favorite out of the series, because City of Glass is my favorite, so then I'd probably say City of Bone. But yeah, I think it could use some editing. Maybe, you know, just changing some words around, giving it a little bit of a shortening, maybe giving Isabel some more stuff to do in book 1 so you get to know her better, because I love Isabel, and same with Magnus. So yeah, if I was going to rewrite City of Bones, I think I'd add more Magnus and Isabel in, because you need more of both of those characters in that book. Round 5. Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. The Hunger Games by Susan Collins. And We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. Well, I put We Were Liars in because this is a book I would definitely rewrite. I gave it like 3 stars, but I don't want to burn either of these, so it's going to be burned, which I'm not like a, you know, I don't really regret that too much, So then, Throne of Glass and The Hunger Games. Which one do I want to rewrite? Which one do I want to reread? I think The Hunger Games is a pretty perfect book, especially the first one in a series. So I'm going to reread The Hunger Games, and I think I'm going to rewrite Throne of Glass because it was a great introduction. But again, some things in the book I think you could have gotten there a little bit quicker, a little bit more character development, especially with like Kale and Selena. So yeah, I'm going to rewrite Throne of Glass and reread The Hunger Games. For round 6. The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. The Fiery Heart by Rochelle Mead. And Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling. For that one, I just couldn't put a single book. I had to put just the whole series. Okay, well, The Darkest Minds is getting burned. Yep. Not sorry. Rochelle Mead is one of my all-time favorite authors, and so is J.K. Rowling. 2 of my all-time favorite series, so yeah. Darkest Minds, you're getting burned. I do actually want to reread that book though and finish the series because I never finished it, and now since they're making a movie, but I don't really honestly remember a whole lot of that book, so I definitely need to reread it. But it's not the reread on here. It's not the reread, but in real life, I do need to reread it. And then I feel like I would literally get attacked if I said rewrite Harry Potter. If it was maybe like one book I picked, I could say rewrite that. Like, Order of the Phoenix could definitely be cut down a good bit. But just as the whole, I think the whole series is like amazing. So I feel like it's sacrilegious to do that to J.K. Rowling. So I'm gonna reread Harry Potter, and then I guess I'm gonna have to rewrite The Fiery Heart, which is definitely one of my favorites of the Bloodline series. Top 2 for sure. But why would you rewrite it? It was such a good book. Maybe, you know, that book wasn't that long. So this is the first book I've said this to on this thing, is maybe make it a little bit longer. Give more Adrian and Sydney time, because I love those 2 together. And then, you know, after that book kind of broke our heart for a whole book. So I would rewrite it and make it a little bit longer to give me more Adrian and Sydney feels. And finally, round 7. All right, let me shake it up real good for this round because I do have some extras in here. Make this a good round for the last round. 1, 2, and shake it up, shake it up. 3. City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. The Bronze Horseman by, why am I blanking on her name? Paulina Simons. And Divergent by Veronica Roth. Bronze Horseman is getting reread. That's the easiest one out of all of these three. I love that book so much, that series, but that book is within my top 5 books of all time. I adore that book. I have reread it a few times, though more kind of like bits and pieces because that is like an 800-page book. So I've kind of like skipped around here or there. But I love The Bronze Horseman so much. It's one of my all-time favorite books. So that's definitely getting reread. And then, crap, which one am I going to burn? The City of Heavenly Fire or Divergent? Like, I definitely think City of Heavenly Fire needs a rewrite. While I did like Divergent more than City of Heavenly Fire, I think because I want to rewrite this book so bad, like it wasn't really what I wanted in this book. I think I'm gonna have to sacrifice Divergent, even though I like Divergent more as a book, so that City of Heavenly Fire can get rewritten. So I'm sorry, Divergent, but you're getting burned. I do love you, at least the first book. Yeah, about the rest of the series, but first book was great, but you know, since I guess the whole series as a whole I don't like as much as City of Bones, I guess it kind of like evens it out. City of Heavenly Fire. While I did really like the book and think it was a good conclusion, it was just too long. I don't think there were enough consequences. You're in like a war and like no one really dies. I felt like she took the easy road out because yeah, it's heartbreaking when characters die, but like when you're going through that much stuff, like people are gonna die. And there were a few like cop-outs and I didn't like it as much as I like some of the other books, though I do think it was definitely the best book in the second half of the trilogy, but I still think it needed to be rewritten a bit. Sorry, Cassie, but that's the truth. Alright guys, well that is it for the reread, rewrite, or burn game. If you guys did like this video, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. If there are any choices you guys heinously disagree with me on, make sure you guys leave a comment below letting me know which books you are horrified that I would burn, or if there is a book you think I should have burned and when I chose something else, let me know. And let me know if you guys agree with any of these choices. This was not an easy tag. And if you guys are not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. While I'm away on my trip, I am posting every Wednesday, so you want to make sure to subscribe so you get those new videos in your subscription feed and can watch them and love them. And thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, my name is Jade and I'll be seeing you guys in my next video. Bye!